Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kay, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at my beauty purchases from February, March and April. Yeah, I've missed a few videos, so there's not actually a lot in here. It's all eyeshadow palettes. So over the last few months, that's all I've bought. So let's just get straight into it, shall we? So I'll start with these two because I haven't even tried them yet. So I've got the Natasha Denona Mini Retro and the Mini Love. And the reason that I've bought these is I have both of the midi palettes of these. So I have the Midi Retro and the Midi Love. And I've tried both of the palettes in the midi size. I've used them both now. And I quite like them. I'm not as fond of the Love palette as I was hoping I would be. The Retro I do like. But I was really drawn to just the little colour schemes in these. They're quite handy for taking away if you do travel, but the Love palette was the one that I was most drawn to. I just think this looks a lot more cohesive than the Midi Love palette does. The Midi Love palette just looks a bit all over the place to me. This just looks like a nice coherent, this is a look, there you go, you're done kind of palette, which I think for travelling can be really handy. And oh, that aubergine in the middle just looks beautiful. That looks absolutely stunning. I can't wait to get into that. I say that, I've had it for a little while now and I haven't even touched it yet, but I'm still very keen to get into that. And then the Retro palette. Now this is a bit more bland than what I would normally go for, but I really was intrigued by this sort of greeny section here. And I think did this come out first? Did this come out before the Midi palette? I think it did. Yes, it did, because I remember people were going crazy because there was no green in the Midi sized palette. But I did think that they were quite interesting. So I'm keen to try this out as well. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Oops. Next I've got two palettes from BH Cosmetics. We've got the Party in Puerto Rico and the Passion in Paris. I've used the Puerto Rico palette. I haven't used the Paris one yet. You can see it's still got its plastic covering on. Paris is more sort of blues, purples, got a little bit of reds going on down here, but Puerto Rico was definitely the one I gravitated towards the most. It's warm, bright colours, exactly what I usually sort of go for. And so far, I've used this a couple of times. I've not been disappointed. I really have enjoyed this. I did get the Trendy in Tokyo palette, but I got the old packaging, which they said that there was no formula change, but I have sort of seen a couple of videos that say that that's not the case. So I would like to get hold of the newer version of that, because I'll be honest, I wasn't impressed. And I've heard really good things about BH Cosmetics, and I wasn't really impressed by that palette at all. But this one's been all right, to be honest. I've really enjoyed it. This shade here, this oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher this, Vieques, absolutely beautiful. It's just a gorgeous pink, and it's got a little bit of a purple shift to it as well. It's just stunning. I've got my lights on, it's night time, so I've had to put the bright lights on, so it is washing it out a little bit, but hopefully you can sort of see just how vibrant that is. Oh, love it, absolutely love it. Anything else in here? Oh, this one as well, this Cookie which is another shimmery, but it's an orange. Again, just bright, vibrant, goes straight on. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. Nice palette for doing a sunset look, which I have multiples of palettes that can do that at this point, but this one just really screamed to me. It literally said buy me. Well, maybe not literally, but you get the idea. I am aware that BH Cosmetics went bankrupt, and I'm not sure whether I've dreamed this, but I did hear that they got bought out by Revolution Beauty. I'm keen to see if they're going to stick to the BH Cosmetics formula, because if it's anything like this one, it will be fine. But if they decide to put their own formula into BH Cosmetics palettes, that makes me nervous, because historically I've not had much luck with Revolution palettes. They just fade too quickly on me. So and I do think that's a biology thing. I know lots and lots of people have used Revolution palettes and have loved them, and you know, that's great, that's fabulous. For me, they just haven't worked that well. So I'm a bit nervous about that, but only time will tell. I'm kind of keen to get into this one, but I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure why I brought this one, because blues and greens I don't really go for an awful lot, but I think it was for these shades here. I think these just sort of call to me. So that's the Seine and Pantheon. This one in particular, the Pantheon shade, it looks very interesting. I'm certainly keen to try. I'm not averse to using blues, and you can see I'm wearing green today, so I'm not averse to that either. But it's not, I think I just bought them because I knew BH Cosmetics was going bankrupt, and I'd heard good things and wanted to try the good things. So yeah, that's those two. And then last but not least, we've got, I had to do it. So this is from Odin's Eye, and it's the collaboration with Angelica Nykvist. Really hope I'm saying that somewhere in the realm of correctness. So she, Angelica is a Swedish influencer. She's now living in America at the moment, I think. But Odin's Eye is a Swedish brand. Never tried them before, but I love Angelica. I love her channel. I love the makeup look she does. She is the person that inspired me to use colour in my life, because before that it was boring beige all the way. That was the only makeup I ever wore, and then I started watching her channel and realised that there was no reason why I shouldn't be using any colour, and I haven't looked back since. So yeah, so when I saw that she'd done this collaboration, I sort of jumped on it. I don't know whether this is still available. I know it did restock, and as of yesterday, I mean, I'm filming this at the end of April, but as I'm filming this, it is still in stock. Yeah, they've done a restock, but I don't know whether it's going to be in stock by the time you see this video. Sorry if it's not and you want it, but I love these colours. I love the pinks, I love the greens. That is the palette that I'm wearing today. I have filmed a get ready with me using this palette. Hopefully you're going to see that in the next couple of weeks, I think. So yeah, I've used this a few times now, and I've really been enjoying it. The packaging is beautiful. The outer cardboard packaging was sort of more of a grey tone, and then goes nice and colourful. And she did tell the story on her channel about what all of this meant, and I know I'm not going to do it justice, but the long and the short of it is, you've got Hela, or Hela, is the goddess of the underworld in Norse mythology, I think. I could be wrong, but basically it's sort of like the cycle of life. So, you know, death gives life and all that kind of stuff. So it's sort of a celebration of that kind of thing really. So it's not sort of a morbid kind of thing. It's, which, you know, nothing morbid about that, is there? But yeah, it was a really interesting story. She definitely tells it much better than I can. It's her sort of culture, her background, her heritage. It's not mine. But it was really interesting, and I really love this from the outside to the inside, and yeah, fabulous. If you can get hold of it, I would definitely recommend it. But that is that. And that really was the shortest beauty purchases video I think I've ever done. That really is it. I've been doing really well at not buying things that I don't really need, other than a few things that I've got here, obviously. But, you know, I'm human. Temptation gets the better of me every once in a while. But I've actually done really, really well. Actually, talking about this, I did want to get the new Kaleidos makeup collection that came out. The packaging on that looks amazing, and you'll probably know if you've been with me for a while, but I've got quite a few Kaleidos palettes behind me here. It is one of my favourite brands, and I really did want to get that collection, but the palettes were black and brown, and well, black and grey and brown, and not really what I go for a lot these days. The blushes looked amazing, and the lipsticks, I love that lipstick formula. So I'm not saying never, but that collection came out at around about the same time as this palette came out, and I kind of had to make the choice. Did I want the Kaleidos or did I want this? And I decided, because this was limited edition, I could get the Kaleidos later if I wanted to. So I'm not saying never, but I'm probably not going to get the eyeshadow palettes for that, just because I know I won't use them. But the blushes and the lipsticks, it's probably going to happen. But yeah, that is my beauty buying for the last 3 months. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below if you've tried any of the products that I've talked about today. Maybe you've loved them, maybe you've not loved them so much, maybe you want to warn me in advance of anything I need to know about. Either way, I really do love hearing all of your thoughts and opinions. If you've enjoyed this video, as short as it is, please remember to hit that like button for me. It really does help me out and lets me know that you're enjoying my content. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, but you think you'd like to catch up with me more often, then I'd love it if you could hit that subscribe button too. It's totally free and would help you to find me more easily in future. And with all of that being said, I really do hope everyone's well and staying safe, and I will see you all again in another video very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.